Welcome, everyone, to the Real Walking Cast, the Walking Dead podcast, episode 87. I am your host, Matrix Laura 212, and I'm with Gloria. Hi, Gloria. All right, before we say anything, before you growl, grunt, hiss, or show you're pissed, just wait a second. I did rhyme. That was pretty good. Maybe it's because I'm a poet. I don't know. But anyway, here's the thing. Spoilers, people. We are going to spoil The Walking Dead finale. So if you didn't see it, stop watching the podcast now. Turn off this ugly face right here and go watch something else. All right. So I'm going to spoil it now. One spoiled. Okay. Why do they do this? Gloria, we've had many a podcast before. We had many people in here. We talked about what they did the same thing. They did what, a year or two ago in the finale? Nobody dies. They don't tell you what's going to happen. They build it up like they have all these stuff behind the scenes. This one's going to throw up filming it. This one's upset. This one's sick. This one's traumatized. What happens? Nothing happens. This show, when it comes to the finales, has become a joke where it's like that reality show that's going to announce the winner, and then they say, and the winner is, and then they have the camera view on this one, this one, this one. They go to commercial break. You have to wait like 20 minutes. Sometimes they wait to the next episode to reveal it. This is a joke. You don't do that. Especially since Walking Dead is not on until October. Okay? We predicted this on the last couple of casts, me and Chris. Well, Chris said that they're probably going to do this, and they did it. It's the worst case scenario. People have made parties out of this. People have bought food. We bought tons of food. We were gonna just celebrate.
I ate pizza tonight.
Yeah, we got pizza too.
You did? Cool.
We always order pizza for Walking Dead. Yeah. Cool. What's up, Ray?
You like YouTube?
Make sure
Ray, did you see the Walking Dead finale?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'm half and half on it.
It sucked.
Yeah. Basically.
Here's the thing.
Basically, the build up to it was like to the whole week. I was looking forward to it, and then it flopped.
It was a waste of an hour and a half. It dragged.
The pacing was too much. I felt like throwing up several times. And it's not just because I'm sick. The anticipation, the worry, that gut wrenching. Like, something's coming.
I don't understand why his kid has to be there. Wouldn't you not have your kid there? I mean, that's like, I don't understand why all the people are in it.
Poor Maggie. Oh my gosh. I was so mad they kept going back and forth. The poor thing. I was like, come on, get her to And then Glenn, oh my gosh, when Glenn saw her and he was like, and then he messed with her and then he was like, and when he grabbed onto him and had him get back and told them to get him back in line, I was about to freak. I thought that was it. Thought that they had changed a little and that was it. Thank goodness it wasn't. And he got him back in line, but I'm telling you, I was hyperventilating almost. I was like freaking out.
I'm gonna tell you this. Nobody big is going to die because the finale is over. So now there is no hype. There is no nothing. It doesn't matter who dies. They could probably have the guy that introduced them to Alexandria. Oh, hi, Sally.
Hey.
Did you see it?
Aaron probably.
Okay, here's the thing. I didn't see the whole episode, but I did see the scene with Negan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see any characters? I don't want to spoil it.
Sally, the episode sucked.
Did it?
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
The build-up part, but then it
90 minutes of, like,
boredom.
pressing the shit out of you. and nothing fucking happens.
It's like those winding things where they squeeze your head so tight so you can't take it anymore, and then they release it and they're nothing. Like
I'll tell you something, after it finished, I was like, yay, well, thank God it's over.
I was pissed off because we were an hour and a half for what? What did you need to do for an hour and a half? There wasn't anything going on. They didn't even spend. Looked like they didn't even really spend money for this finale. It's like, what do they have no money? Like, I mean, I don't understand. What do they do with the money for The Walking Dead? I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible. 90 minutes of nothing. And again, here we go. Okay, Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl, they don't even know who died, and they didn't even film the new season yet.
They said it on Talking Dead too. They said they don't know who it is. Norman Reedus did. He said that they don't know who it is either.
You know, man, this is like
all the budget for The Walking Dead went on that airplane.
They're not gonna know who died till they're allowed to say it.
Yeah.
They didn't even film it.
Because of the moment, whenever it was the point of view of the person, it was just him. None of the cast. It was just him on that, that little footage that they had of him banging something that looked like a big balloon thing he had, and it wasn't anybody there. So he doesn't even know who the what did they call it on Talking Dead? Some balls and stuff. He doesn't even know who the balls are supposed to be that he was hitting. So they filmed that part, and that's the.
How could you be? I don't understand how Angela Lincoln could be so upset. What is that?
Phone off.
I don't know. I don't know how Angela Lincoln can be so upset if you don't even know who dies.
Yeah, I think it was all the gut-wrenching parts, the stuff that made me feel like throwing up.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Sally didn't see the whole thing. There were parts that freaked me out. So I was about to seriously lose chunks. I'm telling you, I was so afraid about parts.
Unbelievable.
But then at the end, the payoff, not that it would be a payoff. I mean, I would have cried like crazy if they showed it and it was Glenn. I would have cried my head off. But they didn't. And then that was like, it was like a big roller coaster. At the end, right before that last final drop, they stop it and then they tell you to get off. And it's like, what? Just like oh my God.
They must have been taking tips off of Doctor Who for finales.
I mean, they've been building up to it for like the whole season, and
They
then
ruined
nothing.
it. Yeah. Nothing. Sally, didn't they do this already? We were complaining about it on the finale of the Walking Cast. We were talking about it last time. Like they built up. They made it like Glenn was gonna die, that Daryl was gonna lose a hand. They showed pictures, right? And nothing happened in that finale too.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like that happened.
Again, they screwed up the finale again. Here's the thing, okay? There's no way, again, I love Walking Dead, right? So I'm not a hater. I'm just saying that you can't keep doing this to people. You can't keep making it like it's the greatest finale ever, which it's not. It's probably one of the lower finales because nothing happened. Nothing happens, people. Nobody died. You don't know who died, and it's like the worst thing for an opener for Negan because they didn't show it. That's a disaster. A disaster.
I mean, I know that. I mean, you wanted to know who it was, but would you have liked it had they did the goriness of it? Like,
listen, I would have had them do exactly the same way, but then them show them reacting to who died, and then you see Rick's face.
Oh, you see the others that didn't.
Right after they did the thing with the camera, people screaming, you would just see Rick looking at the person's dismembered head, crushed.
Yeah. Or all the rest of them, whoever.
I mean, we were wrong. I mean, there was no Carol. There was no Morgan. And again, this is a repeat thing that they're saving them to save them. Like again, Carol's gonna.
Abraham, there's no Abraham.
Carol and Morgan and that guy in the freaking Star Trek body armor of that town is gonna come in.
They're gonna kill Aaron, the guy who introduced them to Alexandria.
That's who's gonna die.
and then they're going to, and then that's when Morgan and Carol are going to show up and save them with the rest of the kingdom.
Right. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that guy is going to die and they're going to just be for another season.
Don't get me wrong. But it was weird because he was telling Maggie, he said, he was talking to her, being all like, I owe you one and all that kind of stuff, the way he was talking to her. It sounded like he was saying goodbye to her. And Rick wasn't doing that. Rick was saying, oh, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. The baby's going to make it and all that. But no, Aaron was like talking like he was saying goodbye. So I thought that was kind of weird.
I don't like, I know this had to happen, but I don't like that. First of all, in my mind, there's no way out of this. Yeah. They're all going to die. Like, I don't like when they do stuff like that because
one of you.
It's got to make sense how they're going to get away. And obviously they're not. There's no way they should get away.
In the comic, he kills only one, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm going to come back in a week, and you better have my stuff ready." And then
don't he kill Glenn?
In the comic, he kills Glenn, but I said that, and then he says afterwards, he says, "In a week, I'm coming back for my stuff. You better have it ready." And then he leaves with the group, his group, and then the rest of them that were left are there to mourn Glenn. So, and then they get to leave. They get to go home.
So, no, wait, that's going to be a suck episode as an opener because you're going to see them mourning the person that died, and nobody's going to die in that episode either.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to drag that shit out for a whole first half of it. Oh, God.
Well done, AMC.
But what reason would they have to drag it out for? I don't understand that.
Because they don't want to overtake the comic. They don't want to get caught up to where, they'll do stuff before the comic does.
Yeah, so they're doing it slower. They're dragging it out, yeah.
Well, maybe they'll drag it out. I don't know. But the thing is that, that if they're not, here's the thing. There's no pressure now. The finale's over. You don't have to kill Daryl or Glenn or anybody because it's already done. So you might as well pick the person that's of least value now.
Which is Aaron.
To kill Aaron, and then everybody else is alive, and then they're all screwed up. But then what kind of downer is that for an opener? Why would you do that? Because then the whole episode they're crying and miserable, and nothing happens. And it's like, what is going to be exciting that Carol shows up with Morgan a week later with this whole town, and then they talk to Rick, and he's like, we're going to war. And it's going to be like the same thing like Woodsbury.
Yeah.
It's like stupid. Oh,
whoa. Well, because Maggie then will go to Hilltop and get, checked out, the baby, whether the baby survives or not. And then, she'll want to stay, the doctor, her and Glenn, if Glenn lives, her and Glenn will stay at Hilltop. If Glenn dies, then she'll just go by herself and stay at Hilltop. So she's closer to the doctor.
When you split the group, right?
That happens in the comics.
When you split the group, then you can't do that on a TV show like that.
No, but that's what they're looking like they're doing because Carol and Morgan are at the Kingdom, and maybe might go to Hilltop, and Rick and them are at Alexandria.
So they're repeating what they did before, where they split the group in many different corners, and then they joined together by the end of Series 7 or Season 7.
Yeah, they did that in prison.
They already did this already. It's boring. This
is going to be in a different way because it's like a bigger each.
It's not. It's the same thing. It's not really different.
But it's in a different level, meaning each one is a different group, but it's a bigger world that they're each. Communities are bigger. It's not just
It's not even interesting now.
But don't even.
Big town, and Hilltop is a lot of people, and then the Kingdom is a lot of people.
Yeah, but ain't they split? Go on, Gloria.
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, ain't they splitting up the group just because they're gonna do that crossover in October with the Fear the Walking Dead?
No, they're not. They decided to make another season of Fear the Walking Dead. So they're not going to do a crossover. They're going to do it expanded another year, I guess. Because they're going to drag this crap out for a year. And Negan didn't even say the F word or nothing.
Like I said, they sent all their budget on that airplane.
That was that thing was a waste. That whole.
like I said on my reaction video when they had a preview for Jungle Book, I seriously think they should use the same technology. The CGI they used for the tiger on that, they should use for the tiger of the kingdom. Because it looks real. I see those previews and I'm like, whoa.
I don't know, man. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of people disappointed with this finale.
It's one big fuck up.
They got burned again. And it's nothing against the actors. It's only the person that wrote the crap, and they did it in a way that pissed everybody off.
You could tell they were exhausted at the end of it. They really worked their butt off on that scene. Like, I mean...
But it was wasted because you didn't get to see who died.
Steven had his pants ripped because he kept on having to do that moment when he said no, when they tried to attack Maggie, and he was like, and they put him back in line. He had to do that so much that his pants got ripped and stuff, Norman said. So I was like, oh my goodness.
And now we got to deal with Fear the Walking crap.
No, geez. Deal with that now.
Which it got expanded, by the way. It's not even 6 episodes, probably like 15 episodes or something.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
And the budget's so big on that one that it's people without makeup on that are not like regular people like me, just growling.
Yeah.
It's like, are you serious? Like, and then the funny thing was they showed the clip, right? There's one walker, one guy, and it's like 25 people. They're like, oh my God, that one person we're afraid of, one walker. Terrible. Awful. God awful. It's like Walking Dead light. Like Bud Light.
I don't know how people like Fear the Walking Dead.
It's like Bud Light. Like, Budweiser and Bud Light. Like it's like a light version of it. Like Diet Coke or something. It's like Diet Walking Dead. It's crap.
It's a diabetic version.
No, I don't know what it is. It's just, what a damn build-up. They do this all, they got us again. They build up these fake craps. Oh my God, I couldn't sleep at night. I got sick. You got sick of what? You didn't even know who died, so what are you sick about?
I remember that Billy said last week, he said, I can imagine Joe's reaction.
I'm pissed off, man. I'm tired of this garbage. Yeah. Like, other shows don't have to do this.
There's just one thing I liked about it. I'm so, I told you, Joe, I don't want to say anything.
What?
Allie didn't finish watching it. Then she didn't see the whole thing. I don't want to say.
Nothing happened to Gloria.
I know, but I told you what I like.
Yeah, but come on, nothing happened.
I'm Negan. This is Lucille. All right, thank you. God bless you, buddy.
Where's your F-bombs?
It was earlier than that.
I'm Negan. That's all they were. I'm Negan.
No F-bombs, is there?
Negan. They kept saying Negan.
You know
the
what?
whole, like,
I
weeks.
can say one thing, though. I can say that Morgan's growing on me.
Well, after this episode, yeah, he was pretty good.
Well, he's not dead yet, so that's a good thing.
Don't say anything, Ray.
We're not gonna, Gloria, but
Come on, he might still be there in 5. He might still be on the show in 5 years' time with this build-up.
Let's just say he was awesome. That's all I'm saying. He was cool in that episode. Awesome.
Everyone was cool. No one died.
This is terrible. Anyway, this is just to do a cast on crap. I mean, I would have rather done a cast on Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Joe, I think you had an.
This finale got there, okay?
Wow.
This is a low level. This is. Let me tell you something. I got other things to do with my time to wait till. I don't need to wait till October for Fear the Walking Dead.
I mean,
just because of the cliffhanger, or is it just overall?
This one wasn't a good cliffhanger. It sucked.
No, I'm not saying that. I said, is the reason why you don't like this episode because of the cliffhanger, or is it overall a bad episode?
They drove around for like 90 minutes. Like Lord of the Rings, they were walking around for 3 hours. Okay? At least in Lord of the Rings, there's dragons and stuff.
Okay, so
But everybody's talking. They should have called this The Talking Dead. Because that's what they were doing the whole episode, talking.
I think bloody Lex Luthor wrote this episode.
I'm happy.
Rick's talking to Maggie. He's like, we're together. We're a group. We're a family. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. And it's like, are you serious? And then this one's like, I love you, man. I love you, man. This one's hugging. This one, I care about you. We love you, Carol. I love you, too. I love you. I love you. You love me. We're all family. And then Negan goes, I'm Negan. It's like, really? Really?
Just happy I got you to describe why you didn't like it. Okay.
Because it didn't make any sense. It didn't make sense how you know you're going to run into trouble and you bring your son with you. Your son that just lost an eye, by the way. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense how... I'm telling you, Gloria. It doesn't...
He's in the scene in the book, so he had to be there. Like, I was shocked.
Gloria, let me explain. It doesn't make any sense how nobody cares about taking over Alexandria. That the whole entire group is gone, and you got like 5 people in the town chilling there. Negan's people can take over the Alexandria.
Yeah.
How smart is that, first of all?
Why are they bothering with the one that's...
Why isn't anybody knocking on Alexandria's door trying to get in there? Who's watching the door? The priest is there, Father Gabriel. So guess what? He lives another season too.
Oh, right. I just had a thought. I remember someone saying something like that whenever they left, and that when they got back, they'd find the place totally destroyed or something like that. I don't know.
Right. Negan's probably going to build a throne room in there. It's like, hey, this is my home.
And this is my fudge.
Someone told me that. I forgot who it was or when it was. But
and another thing, you know what doesn't make any sense? He says he wants half of everything, right? If he's got so many people, why don't he just take over a town?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's just how he's a pain in the butt. He
can just take over the whole town. He can take over everything.
You think Pork Stick was Pork Stick? No, he's nothing. Negan is the major Pork Stick.
I was going to say that you had enough of crap this week, ain't you? You got with Batman, Superman, now this. Oh.
Oh, man, poor Joe. You've had so many disappointments.
Yeah, Lex Luthor wrote this episode. That's why it was so crap.
Oh, man.
I like the guy that played Negan.
Yeah.
He was cool.
I loved him in the movie P.S. I Love You. I love him as Vinny on Grey's Anatomy. I like him in, what else? There are some others. I can't think of at the moment.
It was just the shitty writing that kind of screwed it up.
Oh, man.
I didn't like this at all. I thought this was a waste of 90 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't like him as Negan, though. I mean, not 100%. I mean, maybe it might be because we haven't seen enough of him yet, but that scene, I was just so angry because I thought it was actually going to show it, and I was so scared. And once, right before he started saying, "Any, meeny, miny, go," I was like, "Please don't do it. Please don't do it."
You know what, though? That sucks because, you know what, this could have been solved in this episode. It could have been solved. And then we move on to another story, but because of lazy story writing, right, now he dragged out the finale into episode 1 where nothing is going to happen, the whole 90-minute opener, because they're going to be upset that this one died, they're going to have a funeral, they're going to have with this, and then the last 15 minutes, Rick's like, he wants half, I'll give him half, and then it's going to be like a whole thing again, okay?
Remember what he said when we got in the RV? He says when Father Gabriel was like, it was Spencer. He said, "Should we make a deal with him?" And he's like, "Yeah, you tell him away from me, I'll give him a deal."
Yeah, but what was the point of carrying her and taking the RV? Like that made no sense. There are so many people. He's not going to fool them.
Yeah. But I guess they were just hoping that they would be able to
That was
because
just stupid.
it was
I would rather.
it was a last resort because everywhere they went in the RV, they couldn't find an opening. They had them cornered at every way to go. Every way
Listen,
to
the
go.
first group, what they should have did was they should have took out the first group.
Yeah, I know exactly, but they didn't know.
Instead of being like, oh, I got Carl with me, I don't want nothing to happen, and then it's like he just kept backing off like
Yeah.
he's running tail.
Yeah. I guess it's because he was being all like he shouldn't have trusted him because he kept saying.
First of all, he never does that, Rick. He always goes head on into people. Now because he's got Maggie in the van, he's got his son there. That's why I said he shouldn't have brought Carl with him.
Exactly. Which I'm shocked that he didn't tell him to stay home. I mean, look at.
I really don't know why he's there.
He made Enid stayed home, and she was actually.
No, he didn't make her. He locked her in the damn closet.
Yeah, he made her. I mean, yeah, literally, he made her. Not just told her, he made her stay. But
What do you give a rating to it, Sally? You didn't see the whole thing yet, or you just saw how much more you got to go?
Well, I see what happened is I don't get AMC anymore.
oh,
I watched the clip on my phone with
Okay.
Negan. But I mean, you don't know who died. I mean, they just leave you hanging like they build it up so much. I don't think it's that good. The way everyone else
That's
is
not. We don't like that crap, right?
no.
I don't like when they do that.
I give it a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4 because of the one part I liked, and you know what part it was. So.
I'm gonna give it a 2, but Negan was fantastic. Honestly, the reason why I'm giving it a 2 is because nothing happened. Okay, there was not even any smart dialogue from Abraham, like Bisquick and all that other stuff.
I don't think the thing I liked was cool. Seriously.
Yeah, that was cool, but it's not even worth, all right. I think it was more exciting when Rick said to Morgan last episode she did take the protein bar.
Yeah,
That was like more exciting.
that was funny.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. I guess that's going to be it for the Real Walking Cast.
What?
Well, maybe we'll do a couple this week. All right. Take care, bye. What?
Did Ray rate it?
No, I didn't.
Ray. Yeah, Ray. I'm sorry.
I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10.
Okay.
Again, it's only because of the writing, guys, not because of the acting. But
No.
Yeah, because we actors, we love y'all.
The actors we love. It's just a shitty wine.
Love you, Stephen. Love you, Matt.
They must have took some tips off of Stephen Moffat.
Rita. Love you, millions to Bride. Love you all.
all right, take care, bye for now.